it's Nicole, and I'm here with a 20th layout using the July Hip Kit. But I am so happy to introduce my new YouTube schedule, and I'll just quickly tell you about it right now, and then I'm going to have a little video this weekend coming up to kind of outline everything that I'm going to be changing on my YouTube channel. So Fridays are going to be, well, let's start with Mondays. Mondays are going to be Mix It Up Mondays, and it's going to kind of open it up so that I can do actually quite a bit of different things. I can do how-to videos, I can do hauls. That's where I'm going to put my Project Life layouts will be on Mondays. And so just a variety of things that I can upload on Mondays. Wednesdays will be Watercolor Wednesdays. And I have so many watercolor products, and I just want to play with paper and different media of watercolors. So that will be Watercolor Wednesdays. On Fridays will be Let's Get Hip Fridays, and that will be using my Hip Kit clubs. Now on Saturdays will be Scrap Your Stash Saturdays, and that will be layouts using your own stash. So I think there's quite a bit of variety there. There's going to be, Project Life, how-tos, sort of mixed media with watercolors, and then, using my Hip Kit clubs because I still have those. So I'll be uploading, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 videos a month using those. And then using my stash too. So I'll be using my stash on, Wednesdays with the Watercolor Wednesdays. I'll be using my stash on Mondays, and I'll be using my stash on Saturdays. So I feel much better knowing that I'm digging into my stash so much more. So this starts today. Today's October 1st. I'm doing the voiceover for this layout. It's been done for a few weeks, and actually I think this is the 4th time that I tried to do the voiceover, so hopefully this works. So this is the last layout using the July Hip Kit. I looked at my stuff and said, okay, I have way too many of those washies that I need to put back in my stash. And all that I had left was almost the last strip on the bottom that had those circles. And I thought, well, I can see using the circles, but those sort of the remnants of the washi tape, am I going to use that? And I decided to make a layout with it. So what I did was I first started off, I made sort of an L, and then I kept doing that, an L shape all the way down the page, and I used up about 1/3 of the white space or the white part of the layout, and I backed everything on white cardstock because I figured all I had left was in 12 by 12 was a yellow, the LE Studio with it's yellow with 5 white stars in a row, and I figured that would be way too busy. And I just wanted it on white cardstock and really showcase sort of the washi tape. And I really like these as sort of my pattern for my background. And once I get to a certain spot, then I went ahead and I just filled up what was left with some washi tape that I had left. And a lot of them were only the skinny washi tape, and I got those used up. And that's going to be my base for the layout, where the picture is going to sit. And I don't have too many of that washi tape left. At one point, I think I found one sheet of washi tape that, I don't know, it got stuck in between something. So I still have like one full sheet of washi tape that's left, and it's because it was, kind of misplaced into all the stuff. But I'm okay with what's left. And I think the biggest thing was I knew that on my own, in my own stash, before I knew that this was coming in a Hip Kit Club, I had bought that package of washi tape too. So I knew that if I didn't use all this up, then I was going to end up with 2 of these in my stash, which I didn't want that to happen. So I'm glad that it's pretty much all used up. All I have is those little circles. And what I'm going to do is, instead of having that whole sheet that I have left over, I'm just going to cut down and just keep the 4 circles 4 little dots, and I'm going to keep them somewhere kind of handy so that I can add them here and there on those layouts that I'm going to be using up my stash. So now I have the background done. I stopped the video because at that point I didn't know what picture I wanted to do. I just knew that I want to use those washi tape. So I found this picture of my second daughter, and she had just gotten her hair done, and she got her hair kind of brought back to her original color. And I just want to document that because, she made a cute red head, and I mean, her hair was red. And, but this summer we had a couple times we had heat waves, and she couldn't go in the water because if her hair got wet, it bled that red so much that she's like, I can't go in the water. So that kind of made up her mind that she was going to go back to her original color because she's like, I want to be able to go in the water. But the reason I want to document it is because it ended up being quite the hassle because they had to strip her hair, and so it cost her $300 and 7.5 hours at the hairdresser. The hairdresser didn't book anybody else that day except for her. So, I mean, it was quite, a big thing just to get her hair color back. And so that's the reason I want to document it. And this just happened, I think it was in August. I'll have to look on my phone when she sent me the photo and stamp the date. Yes, it was in August because I was able to use one of the chipboard that said August. And so what I wanted to sort of tone down that background. So I took my white gesso and just kind of added it to the background, and I knew I wanted to do a little bit of mixed media, so I ended up adding white gesso. Now I'm adding some ink in the Avery L Daisy, it's called, and it's a pigment ink. I'm just adding it to some packaging and kind of smooshing it to the background, and I'm going to end up doing other stuff to it too. And then once that's dry, then I'm going to look and see, what else I can add to that background. I'm not going to add a lot of pattern papers because I found that just the washi tape in all the different colors was enough to add some colors to the background. I mounted my photo on some white cardstock, and then I had a piece of pattern paper, that Ellie Studio, the one that I said that all I had as 12 by 12 was that. I also had this scrap, and I'm going to mount the photo on that. I'm going to take out scattered straw in the mini ink from Tim Holtz, and I inked all the edges of the pattern paper, and then I found that the yellow wasn't standing out enough, so I also added sort of a second tone to that yellow. And so I just added it to some packaging, adding a little bit of water, and I like the two tones that now it gives me on the layout, which I do something else to it that you can kind of see that yellow tone in there, but it really tones it down. So I had this yellow frame that said selfie, perfect, because it was a selfie she took after this was right as she got out of the hairdresser. She took a selfie and sent it to me, and I just love her original hair color. And actually they couldn't take all the red out, so it does have a little bit of red throughout, and it really gives her some really cute highlights. So it turned out really, really good, and it suits her very well. And now I wanted to use some of those circles. I was going to do a layout just using those circles, but I was at the point that I got 20 layouts done with this kit. Yes, I have one full sheet of pattern paper left. I have a few embellishments. I could have gotten at least one more layout, but I was ready to move on. I have my August hip kit sitting there, which I've already done a few layouts with, and I have my September kit sitting there, and I just ordered my October kit. Now what I'm going to do, I know that for August and September, because I had made up, I hadn't changed my mind of or came up with a plan to change my YouTube channel till I think it was in August. So I had already obviously ordered my August hip kit and my September hip kit when I came up with this new schedule. So I have full kits of each, but I'm still just going to end up doing maybe 4 to 6 layouts with each. And then from October on, all I'm going to order is the main kit and maybe the embellishment kit, and that's going to be it. And because I don't want, if I just, if I could do 20 layouts with a kit and then feel that I was getting sort of my money's worth, I don't want to order all the kits and then just do 4 to 6 layout and then have all this stuff left over. So what I'm going to do is just do 4 layouts, but then some of the mix it up Mondays, then I'm going to do some, mix it up hip kits in there too when I don't have any Project Life or hauls to, put up there or how-to videos. So quite a bit of changes on my YouTube channel and I'm super excited. Actually, okay, so sorry, the recording stopped, but anyway, actually tons of new plans that I have coming up in the very near future. So don't want to spill the beans quite yet, but there's a lot of new exciting stuff coming up. Anyway, so now I have added pretty much everything I want to add to this layout. It's quite busy, so I'm not going to add too many embellishments. So I added some sprinkles using that My Favorite Things ink, and it's a really dark ink, gray ink, but I still didn't find that was enough, so I'm going to take out my modeling paste. I'm going to mix it up with that ink, and then I'm going to make sort of a paste, and then I'm going to use my Tim Holtz template, one of my favorite ones, and I'm going to add some messiness to the top and the bottom of the layout where I have the yellow ink. And as far as embellishments, like I said, I just added that little frame and I put new hairdo, and then I'm just gonna do $300 7.5 hours right under there where I can journal, and that's going to be the journaling here. And then I'm going to put a little pocket to the back of it and kind of talk about why she sort of made the decision to go back to her original hair color. And then sort of the top right, I'm going to put a little cluster there. I just took a piece of scrap of yellow pattern paper, and that's just what I had left. And I'm going to put a little tag that I had left, and then the word details, that was a piece of die cut. And then there was a little circle that said love this, and that was part of the mason jars embellishment. And then I'm just cleaning off my template there so that it doesn't stay all gunky, because then it is hard to get off. I'm going to use a little piece of wood veneer that sort of had, it's like a little play button, but it also, to me, was like an arrow and pointing to her, so that was fine. And then off to the side there, I have a piece of chipboard, and it's going to be perfect for this because it says August, and I didn't know where I was going to use this, so I ended up using it on here again with that little piece of pattern paper that really wasn't that much. I just cut it in 3 pieces so that I can spread it out into 3 different clusters, and I put it I inked all the edges using the scattered straw again, and of course running out of ATG, and man, I need to order some more of that. I usually have about 100 rolls of that because I go through them like crazy, so I like to have quite a bit there, and I think I'm down like in the 20s, and it's making me a little nervous. So I need to order a whole bunch of them, and then I'll be able to breathe easy. So now I'm just going to work on putting all those little embellishment clusters together. So the video is coming to an end here. I'm just going to show you some close-ups, and I just want to remind you this weekend. So this is going to go up on Friday. On Saturday, I have a video already for Scrap Your Stash Saturday, and over the weekend, probably only on Sunday, because today's Thursday and I work Friday, and I want to work on a little video kind of introducing the changes on my YouTube channel. So it'll be all down sort of in the books what the changes are going to be. And yeah, I pretty much said everything that I want to say about this layout. Oh, the Killikit video will be following this video. I'm hoping to be able to put everything up on Friday. I should be able to. Everything is all done, so should be everything up on, including the Killikit video showing you, the 20 layouts all in one video that I got done. And I have to say, I used a lot of white cardstock as the background, and I found that I love the kit. I got 20 layouts done, but the pattern papers, there was a lot of busy pattern papers, and when there's a lot of busy pattern papers, I like to sort of tone it down using the white cardstock. And plus I did a lot of pages using the washi tape. And when I use washi tape, I like to use a white cardstock to sort of tone it down. And I forgot to count how many, pattern paper backgrounds I did and how many cardstock. But I noticed that I did use a lot of white. And I love using white anyway. I usually, buy 2 or 3 packages of white cardstock at a time because I use it so much. And that's it. Here's a close-up of the layout and then all the embellishment clusters. And the page is done, and I want to thank you so much for supporting me for the last 2.5 years, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the changes on my YouTube channel. And if you are, give me a thumbs up to let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.